to look at it, but it was neat. Too rich for a rainbow.
I saw a girl, Jessica, today. We had
Oh, did you?
yeah, we had a deal.
How'd she do it?
We had a deal out in Springfield. She come flittering through. She was on the run. She was doing good.
Is she?
Said she's happy.
Yeah.
Said it's going pretty good.
Michael saw her a couple of weeks ago down in Conway at some meeting.
Yeah, it was probably CDI or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, they can afford to send her to all these schools, so I'm sure she's going to go to every one of them.
Oh, yeah. How's your business going?
It's going pretty good. I think we're going to stay in the black. I'm still worried about some cash flow debt, but I think we're going to end the year in the black. Lost 2 or 3 people, but we're not
We're pretty good. We're doing all right.
Yeah, we just
Our revenue's down just a tad bit, maybe.
Sales year to date, are they up or down a little bit?
Our total revenue is down, say, 3% or a little less, so
That's not bad.
that's good. That's good.
Could be
This,
strong.
well, yeah, it does for other things.
Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
Is the
We're gonna try to get geared up to build Dixieland.
vision and transit Northwest Arkansas?
Oh, I know. I've talked to Charles Reeves, and that's out.
What do you think?
I know he'd like to.
Basically, I want to know where they're going to get the money from.
I
Because
don't know. He still plans on doing the other, but he said, I don't know when. It may be 3-5 years.
basically somebody's going to have to fund it.
Maybe longer than that.
No, it ain't gonna be longer than that. There's
Since you're sitting on
not gonna be longer than that, maybe.
start funding it.
No, it won't be that long.
Be in fast lanes Thursday morning. We'll come out for that.
I wrote Jackie an email back and said, I'm sorry, but we're leaving town in the morning. Yeah.
I'll ride the go-karts for you.
Okay, do that. Okay, well,
You guys doing all right?
Stay at school, that's our granddaughter, she'll be 7 tomorrow.
Are you going
Stay at
tomorrow?
school today, 2nd grade. Is she not the most adorable?
And which school is she going to?
She's in Kansas. Unfortunately. Ways away.
My second grader starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
My computer off. What are you doing, man?
Welcome home.
Thanks, sir. Enjoy your time there. I'm sure glad to be home.
Oh, hanging in there. Hanging in there.
No, we're still working on it. Changing lights out now.
Buddy,
are you
everything going okay?
changing the fixtures or just the bulbs?
The bulbs and the ballasts. I'm using them big old T12 bulbs, and we're going down to T8s and same spot.
What's this, a second packet?
Yeah, I know. She's got the 28 watt even. University won't go down to 28 watts. They're in the 32.
Emailed him.
I'll tell you, you step up. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you're going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get through there.
Regulations of the park.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, because there's virtually no difference between the 28 and 32 watt to the naked eye. So you can save a little more energy with the 28 watt and really not notice the road.
Except just,
Yeah, it's,
They get where you can. Kind of cost you see, sir.
Bob,
How you doing
you're
tonight?
back in, ready to go.
Oh, just like a rookie.
they let you back in here?
Well, they try to keep you.
Everything goes smooth?
My internet connection, because one of these times I'm going to forget to download my packet.
That's why I did that first thing. I was like, make my computer work.
Lowell look pretty, relaxing.
71B in Robinson?
He went to, Iraq.
Oh, I'm sure. I tell you, traffic
Last
on this
year.
road is like unbelievable.
We just need a break in now. Everybody does. That's any
You know,
thing we do.
basically what it boils down to us
Oh, yeah.
is a ticket for loads of traffic.
provides the funding.
So they're gonna help me.
That's all we
Well, I know.
Maintaining that. Like, are they talking about that one?
I almost, I think I know exactly what this is.
Wagon wheel
This is,
will be a
Yeah.
Leverett? Oh, not Leverett. It goes over there, not Dixon Street.
We were there the other day, but I wasn't driving. Jeff was
about
driving.
halfway.
Thinking of Maple Street?
No, it's great.
This is actually on Dixon Street.
That's on Dixon Street.
And mechanical engineering's across the street. This is the old geology building. Kim
Yeah,
Biochem is
yeah.
right there next to
I'm
it.
off
That's
Prince
Dixon Street.
And Bell Engineering is on this side of it.
Yeah, Bill behind
Yeah,
you. Take
yeah.
this picture. Two buildings behind us. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was thinking, this is Dixon Street right here, actually. I was walking by and I said, okay, I gotta have a picture.
Real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's all right.
That wagon wheel will help any of that cross traffic.
I'm working for Fayette
I
Mechanical
went
now.
down
Oh, yeah.
and
The
it's
other
sunset.
day
You brought the handbook.
actually, it was commercial.
You think you're in New York City or something?
There were 6 units.
Just
Fort Lauderdale, where we left.
Any idea why they're not cooling?
Did you find the units?
it's just absolute worst there. And it don't seem to matter.
I went down the street.
Oh, there's some.
I went down the street and bought a machete
Oh, I know.
and cleaned them up.
Really bad. You
all you
know,
had to do
business
to them?
traffic early in the morning, at lunch, or in the evening.
Isn't that
You
wild?
gotta go there at 10 o'clock in the morning to do something. That's it.
Don't have many employees down there anymore. That's pretty much. Got way back.
And you got it.
And we go to where the service station.
They bypass this stuff.
The one going.
We were actually talking about the other day of
I know.
adding
Don't you feel bad?
more people. We got a big project coming up.
So I went to my dentist because apparently, like, he's a friend of the family. My mom sent him one. I was at my dentist today. You know his comment to me was? He was, "Oh, I remember your first one." I was like, "Oh, we don't talk about that."
Thank you very much.
And then he goes, "Don't worry, I have one of those too." Because he's been married. But that's what he said. Yeah. I know. I was like, "What?" I was like, "We don't talk about that."
We should have a sign.
So he told me everything looked good, so I'm not gonna.
Give us some H1N1.
H1N1. If I had some to give.
He's not here. He's coming. What's Mark Waller doing here?
If you've not signed the assignment, if you've not signed the sheet for attendance, please do so, everyone, employees and guests. Well, that got us to evacuation, didn't it?
Who you talking about?
Usually most of them don't sign. I knew that.
Wait there.
Sully.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sully.
Holly.
Sully. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
So, we're gonna do that instead of the pledge of allegiance.
I'm liking it a lot. It's been going great.
There's birthday cake in the
Dickies, and he like lives there. I mean, seriously, he's only been there, I think, a dozen times since they opened.
Way, way up in the
Oh, so you guys are rivaling, huh?
Maybe I was looking at Mary's.
He's gonna
Here it is.
You got it?
No, I just got
Ask him.
notified this morning.
Make it superior. Because this word, especially this word,
Not accepted unless
who the hell deems
Yeah. I agree.
mistakes?
like he's been street.
That's fine.
Giving our invocation tonight.
And I'm happy his parents were just
You ready? Huh?
Not concentrating. Not yet.
Call the meeting to order, please. Would you all please stand and follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation be given by Sherry Mead of Pray Lowell. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we just thank you that you are a God of mercy and a God of love and a God of power and a God of might, and you love each and every one of us. And Father, we especially thank you tonight for bringing back to us Officer Polero to serve among us. And we ask you to impart unto him a special blessing for the service that he performed for us in harm's way. And Father God, we thank you that you are a people person. And we thank you that because of that, you created us in your image for your pleasure. So it's with great boldness that we can come to you tonight and ask you to help us in our decision-making process. You know everything that is going to be before us tonight. And I ask you, Father, to help our city officials to do exactly that which will honor you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Roll call, please.
Linda Shimko,
Here.
Jerry Foley,
Here.
Eric Shine,
Here.
Darren Brock,
Here.
Keith Williams, Kendall Stuckey,
Here.
Marty Latham, Paula Allred. We do have a quorum.
Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Lowell City Council minutes, regular meeting, July 21, 2009. Financial statement for July 2009. Any comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Kendall Stuckey,
Yes.
Paula Allred, Jerry Foley,
Yes.
Eric Shine,
Yes.
Linda Shimko,
Yes.
Keith Williams,
Yes.
Marty Latham, Darren Brock.
Yes.
Next on the agenda is a request to amend the agenda in the order as follows. Vintage Football Club, Lowell Loves Tennis, Arkansas Shine Award, contract with Rosetta Construction to build Christie Creek Sewer Line, and Nexel Emergency System. Unless there are no objections, we will change the order of the agenda. Next item is a public forum. No one has signed up. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to speak? Next item is a fire department award. Mike Morris.
I appreciate the opportunity to take just a second and visit with y'all. It's not every day I get to come up here with all good news, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. Recently, at the state EMS convention, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, EMS is obviously Emergency Medical Services. We have a statewide convention every year, and this year, prior to that convention, they took nominations throughout the state for what would be considered the EMS First Responder Service of the Year within the state of Arkansas, and we were nominated for that award. We had to complete a big packet, just like you do for every award, tell them all our statistics, our training, our run times, our response times, call volume, everything. And through that, let me explain real quickly. First response is not ambulance, obviously. It's the services that have EMTs and first responders on staff that make that initial call to the emergency prior to the ambulance's arrival and begin, whether it's life-saving steps or whether it's just basic EMS, basic medical type stuff. Our services like us get that started prior to the ambulance getting there. So that's a large majority of the services in the state, because ambulances, we all well know, are scattered around quite a bit. Anyway, bottom line is, through the dedication of our staff and our volunteers and the continuous strong support of this council, previous councils, this administration, and in the past, we won that award for 2009. We were selected as the Arkansas First Responder Service of the Year 2009 for the state of Arkansas. So I just wanted to show that to you all, make you all aware of it, and we'll proudly display this right inside the entrance. If anybody ever wants to come in and see it, it'll be hanging right inside the entrance to the fire department. So thank you for your continued support.
Thank you, Mike. Next item is old business. An ordinance to regulate the use of Lowell City parks. Sean Ingram.
Evening, council. At your request, we went back and corrected some verbiage and implemented some of your suggestions. So, do you have any comments to add now?
Mr. Mayor, item number 11, it says disorderly conduct is prohibited, as well as other activities which are deemed dangerous or improper. Do we really need to have that part after prohibited? Can we remove that? Tom and I were discussing this, and it really isn't necessary.
Are you wanting to put a period after the word prohibited?
Yes.
And take out as well as other activities which are deemed dangerous and improper?
Yes.
Okay. Any comments from other council members?
I would agree. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Everyone agree?
Put that in the form of a motion to amend.
Okay.
I guess we need to put that in a motion.
Just a motion.
We need a motion for that, Tom.
Do a little motion to amend, yes, sir.
I'll entertain a motion to amend the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Who was second?
Roll call, please.
Darren Brock,
Yes.
Paula Allred. Jerry Foley,
Yes.
Kendall Stuckey,
Yes.
Linda Shimko,
Yes.
Marty Latham,
Yes.
Eric Shine,
Yes.
Keith Williams.
Yes.
I entertain a motion to suspend the rules and place on third and final reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Marty Latham. Yes. Darren Brock,
Yes.
Jerry Foley,
Yes.
Paula Allred. Yes. Keith Williams.
Yes.
Kendall Stuckey,
Yes.
Eric Shine,
Yes.
Linda Shimko.
Yes.
An ordinance to regulate the use of Lowell City parks. I'll entertain a motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Darren Brock,
Yes.
Paula Allred. Yes. Eric Shine,
Yes.
Kendall Stuckey,
Yes.
Jerry Foley,
Yes.
Marty Latham. Yes. Keith Williams.
Yes.
Linda Shimko.
Yes.
This will be ordinance number 858.
I need this.
Emergency clause. Emergency clause.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the emergency clause.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Paula Allred. Yes. Kendall Stuckey,
Yes.
Keith Williams.
Yes.
Jerry Foley,
Yes.
Linda Shimko,
Yes.
Eric Shine,
Yes.
Darren Brock,
Yes.
Marty Latham. Yes. Emergency clause is enacted.
Next item on the agenda is new business. Vengeance Football Club, Michael Solomon.
Good evening. I'm going to introduce some people to you, and I know you got the handout for Vengeance Football Club, and I'll just kind of give you a little background and how the city, how this relationship is kind of taking place. We had last year, Jimmy and his crew went out and leveled a field out in the park, and it's kind of sat there. It's grown some weeds. Really hasn't had anybody that played on it. We didn't have goals. But what we did have is we had a field. And what we needed was kids to play on it. And we didn't have an opportunity really didn't have enough fields to do a full-on recreational soccer program. But we did have facilities that we wanted to use. And we were approached by two gentlemen, Jeff Walker and Nelson Medina. And Nelson is, and I'm going to have him come up here in a second, but he is a soccer coach that came originally from San Diego and then from Las Vegas, and he had a club out there. And he saw a real opportunity in this area, and especially in Lowell, because of the amount of kids we have, to start a soccer club here. This soccer club will have what's called academy teams and classic soccer teams, which is a competitive soccer, and then eventually we'll have some recreational soccer teams. In addition to this, the club is working towards doing an indoor facility at the park. And we just think it is a fantastic opportunity and wanted to get you guys up to speed on it. I will tell you that 90 kids, thereabouts, have signed up for the soccer club at this point. So that just tells you what a need, what a need there is and what kind of an impact this can have in our community. There's roughly 2,500 kids in Lowell. So if you think about that, you think about the chance for them to play soccer, I just think it's a great deal. And with that, there's some of the kids that are on the team have come tonight. And ladies, you want to show up and show your T-shirts? These are great. Are those cool? There you go. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Nelson Medina. And he's the one that spells football the crazy way. But anyway, that's actually how they spell football in Portuguese. So that's a little known fact.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me, City Council. I really appreciate it. It's an honor to be here, and I can't express how happy and how lucky we are to have a relationship with all of you. There's numerous kids that are from this area that have to actually go somewhere else to play. Kids are leaving the area to go to play in Fayetteville, up in Bella Vista, Springdale. We even have kids now that are actually traveling from Fort Smith all the way to Lowell to play for us. So it's pretty exciting stuff, and this kind of took a life of its own when we decided to kind of launch it. And this is not possible without you and your support and allowing us to use Wardnell Park. And so excuse our attire, but we just kind of walked off the field. We cut our session a little early to be here. And just a little bit of a history. I came from San Diego, as Mr. Solomon said, and I played on the U.S. national team. I played pro. I played collegiate ball in Oklahoma. And I kind of migrated out to Las Vegas because I had family moved out there, and I started a youth academy, and we were very, very successful. We were actually number 9 in the country for the last 2 years, our girls 95 team. And my fiance is what brought me out here, and teaming up with Jeff Walker here, he's the one that kind of set up that relationship with the city, and as they say, the rest is history. But we're super excited. We just keep growing. We're still trying to be approved by the state, and we think that'll happen in due time. But with your support, giving these kids an opportunity to play, we are so excited. We also have a outreach program for disabled kids that I'll let Jeff go ahead and touch upon that. But without further ado, I'll just introduce you to Jeff. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks, Nelson. As he said, my name's Jeff Walker. I actually moved here from Nebraska, where I coached a U14, U16 boys select team, or classic team as they're called here in Arkansas. I also played professional soccer for the Omaha Flames, was on the training club as well for the Kansas City Wizards. Came over here. I actually met Nelson playing futsal out here with one of the now competitors of our club, the Lightning Club. But Nelson here has just astonished me. I know the kids that he trains as well feels the same way. He's a phenomenal coach, a phenomenal person to have involved with this program. So extremely excited about that. One of the things that we are hoping to do, and again, we're kind of waiting on state approval from the state of Arkansas to get this club off and running, is what's called Top Soccer. And I just kind of want to talk to you guys real briefly about that. Top Soccer is a program specifically designed for disabled individuals, not necessarily kids, just disabled individuals. They can be anywhere from age from 5 all the way up to 85 and play in this sport. Right now, the closest Top Soccer program is in Little Rock. I have a son who actually has functional autism. He qualifies for this program, so it's a huge passion of mine to get this up and running. That is something that we spoke with the mayor, we spoke with Mike Solomon about, and definitely want to get that rolling in Lowell. Again, it's something not in this area that we desperately need and desperately want to have in this program. One other thing that I'll touch on briefly as well, I know Mike Solomon spoke about it as well, is we do have plans hopefully to also build and design an indoor soccer facility in this area. To my knowledge, it will be the only one in the entire state of Arkansas that is a true indoor soccer facility. We are just now in the planning stages of that. We have a ways to go to kind of get everything ironed out on it, but that is something here in the near future we definitely hope to do. So, and again, like Nelson said, all of this is possible with not only the town support, but the players and everybody else in this room. So we thank all of you for that. So.
I think we're very fortunate to have these two gentlemen join our city, and we're more than eager to work any way we can with you and to help you. I might add that we started on the second soccer field this week, as you've probably seen, Nelson. Okay, thank you.
Did anybody have any questions? Or?
Anybody have any questions? Okay, next item is Lowell Loves Tennis.
All right, this is another exciting thing that we have going on. We've had some interest in some people that have come in. Again, they're from Lowell, and there was a need here for tennis courts, and the U.S. Tennis Association has one of the biggest holdups in their growth is that they don't have enough public tennis courts out there. So they've put a big push. And they will actually, if you're a member of the USTA, they will fund you up to 25% of your project or $50,000. And based on the size of our community, the need would be 4 courts. And so we've gotten some estimates, and they're putting together an organization called Lowell Loves Tennis. Jennifer Ligori is going to be the person that's going to be heading that up. And I think you have a contact number for her. She and I have met a few times. We're still a little bit of the planning stages. We've put together an estimate, and it looks like the need is going to be about $160,000 to build the 4 courts. Of that, the USTA will, again, they'll provide 25% of that. The rest of it will come from private donations. We will come to the city at some point and ask for some in-kind donation. and that would be Jimmy and his crew preparing the site. So, and that's about a $25,000 value. That helps us get the match from the USTA as well. But, you know, this is just another opportunity that we have to be able to not only get something out at the park, but have something that we can bring people into the city and to the park and just have it to be used. So, that's all.
Now, are we looking at these being lit for after dark, or?
We've gotten an estimate for the lighting. I think it's going to, you know, and I think what the thought is right now is that we'll at least wire it for it. Whether we'll put the lights up right away, I don't know if that will happen.
Okay, so that wasn't included in that initial estimate of cost?
No.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Do you have I mean, I know it's pretty early in the staging, but is there any scheduling that you'd like to see this next summer, or?
Not at this point, because you know, it's not at the point to schedule it, just because we have to make sure that we have the support and kind of get on. You know, I'd love to see it by next summer, and I think that's a doable thing. But you know, it's a tough market for fundraising right now. You know, the USTA is really big on getting the tennis community involved. And that seems, you know, Jennifer Lagoria is in that community, and I'm hoping that we can make some crossroads into it. So.
Marty?
Where in the park will these be? Wasn't it originally going to be up toward the front?
Correct.
Marty, the council, there's a layout of both the soccer and the tennis over here on the park map, where the fields are, where the indoor soccer field is, and where the tennis courts will be.
And Marty, you are correct. It's up near the front of the park.
Is that kind of where it originally was, like several years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it was
Originally, yeah.
Was that originally? Could be.
So the soccer fields are going to be on the same side?
No. Basically, the
map has actually has 2 adults and a handicap field on it, plus the indoor one.
Right
Pardon
there.
me?
Yeah. South of the BMX.
Right of the
right,
lake.
Which is where they originally were.
The soccer fields? Well, and that's why the one field was already built there. I mean, I think was based on that.
It was built in 2007, the one field, and nothing's been done with it, so.
Well, there was talk at one time that that field was too close to the pond. Is that a problem?
It doesn't seem to be.
Well, I told the soccer club that they need to put a bounty out for the first kid that kicks a ball into the water, but other than that, I think it'll be all right. Eric, did you have?
Actually, she has my question.
Any other questions? Next item is the Arkansas Shine Award. Michael?
Did everybody get the Shine Award packet? I want to first acknowledge, you know, last year, Chris and Melanie and I worked on this, and we won it as a city. And so, you know, our first thing was, well, you know, once you win it, you're like, well, we better try again. So we've gone and done the application. And the one great thing about this application is I think it gives a chance for you to kind of review what you've done during the year. And Chris and I have had some great discussions about what's happened, what we have going on, and the good parts of the city. And I think it gives a really good snapshot of what's happening in Lowell. And I believe we have a really good chance at winning this. And And I want to give special recognition to Chris on working on this. But I think we have a real good shot at it, so. And does anybody have any questions? Was it, when you were reading through it, was there anything that surprised you, or? Good.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. And I also want to thank all the kids from the soccer club that came tonight. I know that they've got school tomorrow, and I know they're excited about it. So thank you all.
Next item on the agenda is a contract with Rosetta Construction to build Christie Creek sewer line. Last Friday, we opened the bids to construct the Christie Creek sewer line. The bids range from $854,980 to $1,486,413. The successful bidder was Rosetta Construction. I believe they're out of Springfield, Missouri. They're working now on the regional sewer plant, I believe. They're doing some work over there at NACA. Huh? Yeah. And they're doing work for Haifa. They have worked with our engineers before, and they know one another well. The engineer's estimate for the construction was $886,905, so we did come in a little below, but we'll do all right with that one. So I guess what I would like tonight is a voice vote. Is it all right for me to sign the contract? The money is in the budget when the budget was approved, but prior to signing the contract, I would like a voice vote from the council. Everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Next item is Nixel Emergency System. Eric?
Good evening. So the Nixel Emergency Alert System is a free alert system for severe weather alerts, things like that. It's sent via text message, email. People in the city can log on and look at different stuff. We can use it for other things too. The fire department can use it for fire bans. Police can use it for bad guy alerts, for quote unquote, lack of better words. Street departments can use it for road closures or repairs, community events, and this is all free to us. It's advertising driven, so some people might get an email or something pertaining to sales, but for the most part, this is something that we can take advantage of. It's free. I investigated this last year. It was about $30,000 for us to get our own. So if you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
I think you all have the information in your packet. Is there anyone that has any questions?
My question is how do we get their number, the text message or email? Or
You're going to have to, the residents would have to go and register with the website itself.
Okay.
Who updates the information, like the city, if there's road closings or whatever?
You can assign certain people to do the updating. You could have dispatch doing police stuff, Melanie up here doing community events and road closures, something like that. Maybe the lieutenant at the fire department doing the fire ban stuff. You can assign different people, different permissions to do different things.
I'm assuming, Eric, this is something we could set up where there would be a direct link where people go into the City of Lowell website to sign up for NICS if we
Absolutely.
chose to do that.
Yeah, there's something, we could put a link put the link on our own website or put a link in a newsletter, and let people register specifically for Lowell.
What feedback did you get from Bentonville and Johnson?
I haven't gotten any feedback from Bentonville or Johnson yet about this. All I know is that, there seems to be, there's 1,800 public agencies that have signed up for this since March of this year. It just seems like it's just now starting to get into this area. Personally, I'd like to do a little bit more investigation about how it all works, but I think this is something that we should definitely look at and try and take advantage of. Save ourselves a lot of money and still get the message across.
And there's no cost to the city?
There's no cost to the city.
No cost to the user?
No cost to the user.
That's just like almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree.
Are there weather alerts also?
Yes, severe weather alerts will happen automatically. None of us need to key that in.
That's, I thought was really, to me, it seems like a great service, particularly if there's no cost associated.
The only drawback that I particularly see with the system is it's advertising driven, which means you're going to get sales emails and junk emails, stuff like that. But I don't know to the extent of how much of that will happen. But I know that there won't be any advertising on any public safety information that's sent out.
Any other questions? Thank you, Eric. Next item on the agenda is a museum committee meeting. They meet each second Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. at the museum. Next item is the mayor's update of all of our city projects. I've given each of you a copy, but we'll run through them real quick so the audience can hear, and if you have any questions, please stop me. Lincoln Street, we're experiencing additional undercut. The bottom line to this is the street's going to cost more than the original estimate. It would not pass proof row, so we're having to cut out an additional about 18 to 24 inches. The street is currently about 30% complete and will probably be completed in February of next year. Robinson to Ash, the completion date on this street is November of this year. Robinson Street from 71B to Concord will be closed. The reason there's no dates in there, we're trying to get a final date that the gas company will have their line moved so the contractors can put in the drain pipes. That street will be closed for about 2 weeks. It will be closed from 9 to 2. Then that way the school traffic can get in and out of it.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m.?
Mm-hmm. The traffic signal at 71B is still scheduled to be put in this year. Concord Street, east half, South School to north end of Edinburgh Development. This is a street reconstruction and drainage, and we're probably a month away from completion on that. That street is being built by the bank. We're not joining in on that. The 264 Business Park Sewer Line, we should have the final design on that in the next couple of weeks. We're scheduled to advertise for bids September 11 and 18, with the bid opening September 29. We expect this sewer line to be built by the end of the year. Animal Control Building, Don Harkins has been working with Mango Burris Architects and Ray Drummond on the design of the building. The design is complete, and the buildings are over here, or the drawings are over here on the table if you'd like to look at them. The estimated cost of that building is $140,000. Wardnail Park. In addition to the economic development activities going on in the park with the soccer and the tennis, the paving of the walking trails will be completed tomorrow. Once they're completed, we'll be eligible to get our $20,000 grant money from the State Highway Department and the last of our Park 50/50 grant, which is $15,000. We are currently compiling a list and layout of amenities for the remainder of this year and next. Items that are currently under consideration are pavilion, stage, picnic tables, grills, benches, landscaping, permanent Mudtown Day utilities layout, and a security system. Park Central Development. Jimi Hendrix conducted a review of the conditions of the drain system in that development. We have a $995,000 bond on the drain system and streets, which expires September 29 this year. Jimmy reviewed his findings with myself, John Radsky, Chris Bunton of Garber Engineering, Mary Mason, and Tom Kicklack. The consensus of opinion was to prepare a formal engineering report for Tom to call in the bond to reconstruct the system due to the conditions. Tom finished his letter. He brought me a draft of it tonight. We'll send that off. Chris estimates the repairs and what replacement has to be done at $1.2 million. January ice storm. We received the last of our reimbursement from the state. Total cost to the city was $148,956. We received $111,717 from FEMA and $18,610 from the state. Dixieland Extension, at the request of Charles Reeves, Crafton Tull Sparks Engineers has completed the engineering drawings from Robinson to Fast Lanes. It is now apparent Mr. Reeves will not build from Robinson to Oakwood. There's still hope he will build from Oakwood to Fast Lanes. We are working with Crafton Tull Sparks to make slight modifications to the Robinson-Oakwood portion and provide those drawings to Lowell along with the cost estimate to complete this portion. They will also provide us with an up-to-date cost estimate for the Oakwood to Fast Lanes portion as currently designed. Anybody have any questions?
So, Mr. Mayor, so are we actually going to finish Robinson or Dixieland all the way to Fast Lanes? Is that what?
Well, we don't know. Charles Reeves still owns that land, he and the bank, and I talked to him, I guess it was yesterday. Yeah, he came down, and he still has hopes to build it from Oakwood to Fast Lanes. But
how much of that is in Pleasant Crossings?
1,400 feet, 1,386 feet is in Lowell.
Would that not be part of the large scale that he submitted to Roger, or well, I guess to us? Would that not be part of that plan on that? I mean,
Oh, I'm sure it was.
I mean, so
I'm sure it was.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out how we're responsible for that section of it.
We're really
Fast
not.
Lane, we're not.
No,
Okay,
we're
okay.
not. But what's happening, we've got we've got a business located in Lowell that the U.S. Post Office can't deliver mail to because you have to go out of the city to get to it. We get numerous phone calls. We probably get, I would say 1 to 2 phone calls and emails a week wondering when's Dixieland going to be complete. It's now apparent that he will not build that one portion So we're trying to get geared up to see what it will cost to build that, and it's going to be expensive. But
Do we not have an ordinance in place to recover those funds? Basically, as that builds out, can we not approve an ordinance that would pay for that as an improvement district?
we have an ordinance that any time the city builds new streets, anybody that goes into business on that street and enters that street must pay half of the cost for the length of their lot.
So if we go ahead and start construction and as businesses move in, we will get our money back for construction of
Yes.
that road? Okay.
I guess what you could say, we're funding it.
Yes.
Based on growth. It's what, do the same thing with the sewer lines. Without infrastructure, the city will never move. That's the number one thing. And this year, we'll complete our sewer line activities, our main trunk lines. We have an additional 700 acres in Lowell that has access to gravity flow sewer lines for the first time. So we're actively working on it, and of course it's budget time, so we're trying to get our act in order to see where we're at on these things.
What are we looking at as far as construction? When are we looking at breaking ground on that? If from Robinson to Oakwood on Dixieland?
Oh, we don't even know whether we can afford it.
Really?
I mean, we have to come up with the funds first. That's the situation. That's why Craft and Toll I talked to them last Friday. Charles Reeves' portion of the road is narrower than ours. I talked to them about widening the portion to 62 feet back-to-back a curb to Oakwood, then use Charles' design from there on, because Oakwood is a natural break. And that's what they're doing. We think we can get it all in an 80-foot right-of-way, and Dixieland would be straight. We don't have to put a jog in it. So that's what we're working on. We should have those numbers probably in the next couple of weeks.
And do we have the right-of-way?
No, we do not have the right-of-way. We've got to go through two people, Leon and Harris.
Mr. Mayor, on the Lincoln Street project you're talking about,
Yes.
you said that the undercut, do we know the additional cost it's gonna take? I mean, we have that all budgeted in and worked out, or do we even know that? You said it was gonna cost more
We
money.
did not budget the undercut. Everybody told us you didn't have to do that, that it wouldn't be necessary. Everybody but one person, and nobody listened to that one person. As a result, yes, it's gonna run over.
Do we know where that funding's coming from now? Obviously, we have to provide it. We have to finish the road, start it.
Well,
I guess where I'm going, are we gonna have to go into debt for this?
No, we will not. We will not.
Have we exhausted all the funds in the escrow accounts? I guess we have, haven't we?
Which account?
The escrows on
Oh, yeah.
Lincoln? We have,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Have we?
No, there's a few, I've got the budget's like 200 and some thousand.
That's a nice little chunk.
The east half of the undercut from Apple Blossom to Commercial cost us an additional $40,000. That's about halfway. And now we're undercutting the west half, and it will probably run about the same, and then we'll be halfway through with the street. So it's going to run over. There's no question, and we're we're watching it like a hawk. But if we're going to build it, we're either going to build it right or shut it down. And that's it. Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll vote, voice vote, please.
Aye.
Nobody objects.